Hey guys, welcome back! So for today's video we're going to be doing a review and demo of the Milani 2-in-1 Conceal and Perfect Foundation. I didn't initially plan on doing a video on this, but you guys requested it, so that's why we are here today. Yay! I've actually been using this foundation for over a month now. I think it's been like maybe even 2 months now. And I've also mentioned how I feel about it on like Snapchat and Instagram, and I've mentioned that in other videos too. But you guys requested that I do a video dedicated to this product, so that's why we're here today. And yeah, I guess we're just gonna jump on into it. If you guys want to see how I feel about this and how it applies and all of that jazz, then just keep watching. Alright, so first we're going to get into the specs. I'm on the Milani Cosmetics website right now. Okay, so it looks like it comes in 14 different shades. I have 2 of them here with me, and it runs for $9.99. I picked mine up at Walgreens. It was buy one, get one half off at the time, so I got 2 colors. And okay, so I'm just going to read the product description from the website. Combat under eye circles, redness, and other skin imperfections with this full coverage, water-resistant foundation plus concealer in one. A no mess, no drip pump dispenses just the right amount of fluid needed to achieve a flawless look and works around the clock to keep skin looking naturally perfect. So yeah, I'm probably not going to be testing the water resistance of it because I don't think that I want to splash any water on my face today, but I am going to show you guys if it's full coverage, and we're just going to get through all of that. So right, so our face is pretty barren, as you can tell. We have nothing going on here except for our eye makeup. I did just do my eye makeup because I wanted to save some time, and you know, I wanted to look a little cuter for the video. So we did our eye makeup today. Now I'm just going to go ahead and prime the skin. The reason why I'm priming my skin is because I always prime my skin, and I just don't feel like it would be a fair foundation review if I didn't do that, even though I already have a good idea of how I feel about this foundation since I've had it for like 2 months now. But I am still going to prime my skin because that's just what I normally do when I apply foundation or before I apply foundation. So today we're just going to be using the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Pure, which is one of my favorite primers right here. I love it. So I'm just going to be applying that to the skin. I am going to be using a brush. I've just been really liking using a brush to apply my primer lately. I don't know if I'm just feeling a little fancy or what, but I've just been liking using a brush. I'm using the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush to go ahead and start applying that to the face. When I used to freelance, I would always use a brush to apply primer to anyone's face because I didn't want to be all up in their bubble, you know, using my hands. So I would use a brush, and I don't know, lately I've just been really into using a brush on my own face. Just gonna keep that going, keep it moving. Okay, so now that we have our face primed and prepped, I'm gonna let that sit for a few minutes just because that's what I always do before applying my foundation. I like to let my primer set so the foundation lasts a little bit longer. So yeah, I'm just gonna be doing what I normally do in my foundation routine. So yeah, prime the face and then apply the foundation. All right, so now that our primer is set, we're gonna go ahead and apply the foundation. I have the shades 05 Warm Beige and 07 Sand. 07 Sand and 05 Warm Beige, I like to mix them together when I'm tan. 07 in general is just too dark for me when I'm tan or when I'm not, so I never really wear this one alone, but I do like to mix them together when I'm tan, and then I also like to just use the 05 Warm Beige when I'm either in between a tan or I'm not tan at all. So since I'm in between a tan right now, we're going to go ahead and just use the 05 Warm Beige, and I'm just going to pump that out on the back of my hand right here. I kind of go for like a pump and a half, I would say, so about that much for my entire face since the foundation is full coverage. And this is what the container looks like. Focus. Focus, focus. Okay, so this is what the container looks like. It has this top here. It does have a pump, which I know a lot of us can really appreciate to prevent bacteria transfer, germs, all that stuff. I personally do not like using foundations that don't have a pump. I just find it a little bit inconvenient, but this is nice because it has a pump. Yes. So yeah, love that it has a pump. So I'm just going to be using my Sigma 3D HD Kabuki brush. It's got like a little angle right there to apply it. Oh, and normally I would correct my skin before applying foundation, but since I want to show you guys how good the coverage is on this foundation, we're not going to correct the skin today. We're just going to go straight in with it. So start applying that. You can see the coverage is so good. Do you see that coverage? Yes. This is one of the reasons why I really like this foundation. Oh, girl. girl. Just drag that down the neck too while we're at it. Okay, so we're just gonna do one side of the face with this brush, and then we're gonna do the other side of the face with a beauty blender so you guys can see the difference in application. If there is a difference, I don't really know because I've only used this foundation with this brush, so I'm not really sure if there's a difference in application, but we'll find out. Right, and as you can tell, it is buildable. So if you wanted to build it up in other areas, you can build it up. It does not feel cakey on my skin at all, which is a plus, especially when you're trying to build up foundation. Not that it even needs much building, but I do have a lot of hyperpigmentation, so I like to build it up in certain areas. All right, so this is what this side looks like with just the brush application. How gorgeous is that coverage though? Yes, I love a full coverage foundation, and this does it for me every single time. So this is what that looks like on that side. Now we'll go ahead and take the beauty blender and apply it to the other side. I haven't used a beauty blender yet to apply this foundation, so this is gonna be a first for me on this side of my face. I don't feel like it's giving me as much coverage as the brush did, but still doing pretty good. The reason why I was only using a brush to apply it in the past and I hadn't tried the beauty blender yet is because the foundation is pretty thick in consistency. So I just automatically felt like a brush would be better than using a beauty blender. All right, so this is what the difference is. The coverage is still pretty good on this side, but I feel like this side got a little bit more coverage just using the brush as opposed to the beauty blender, but you be the judge. Let me know what you think. This side. I personally like this side better because I like a really full coverage foundation. So that is it for the application process. As far as concealing power goes, I feel like it did really well to conceal my freckles and hyperpigmentation that I have going on. It also concealed my redness around my nose really well too. So it really does conceal any imperfections nicely. So my opinion on the foundation is pretty positive. The only thing that I would say is a little bit bothersome is that when you do apply it, it does tingle a little bit. I don't know what ingredients there are in here that is causing it to tingle on my face. I do have quite sensitive skin, but in all the reviews that I read, a lot of people were complaining that it was tingling or burning a little bit. I wouldn't say on me that it feels like a burning sensation, but I did start to feel a tingle when I applied it on. I've been wearing it for a while now, so I know that the tingle of it does not last all day long. It just lasts for a few minutes and then it goes away and you're good to go for the rest of the day, but it's definitely worth a try. I always recommend trying products out. Don't always go straight for someone's opinion on it because you never know, you might like it, it might work for you. Maybe getting like a sample size first to try any product out. That's always a good idea in my book. It does dry to I want to say like a demi matte finish. It's not completely matte. It's not dewy at all. It's more so like a demi matte finish in my opinion. So since I've been wearing this product for probably like 2 months now, I pretty much have a good idea of how I feel about it. Just gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my makeup and let you guys know my full review on the product. All right guys, we are back. I have all my makeup on and yeah, so basically my final thoughts on the foundation. I do really like the foundation. I love the coverage. The tingliness that I get when I apply it doesn't really bother me because it doesn't last all day long. The foundation itself does last all day long. I am dry for the most part, but I do get a little bit oily right here in my T-zone at the end of the day, especially when the weather's a little bit warmer outside like it is now. But at the end of the day, I don't really see any oils coming through, especially in my forehead area where I tend to normally get a little bit oily at the end of the day. That for me is a plus because it really tells me that the foundation is long lasting, which is something that I really like in a foundation, and I'm sure a lot of people do as well. Nobody wants a foundation that's just going to rub off and wear off by the end of the day. So I definitely do recommend this foundation if you're interested in trying a good drugstore foundation that is full coverage, like real full coverage. This is going to be bomb for you. So that's going to be it for this review. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe too if you're not already. I would love for you to join the fam. You can just click on me right over here if you're on your desktop, or just click the subscribe button down below and it'll get you to the same place, girl. Also, if you guys have any more video requests, just leave them down below in the description bar. I've been kind of just like noting them down and knocking them out, so definitely leave those down below. If you guys have anything in particular you want to see on my channel, we can make it happen. We can get it done. So yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I love you and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye. It's hot in here, oh my gosh. All these lights. I feel like it might be hot outside too. I haven't gone outside yet, but I'm assuming that it's hot outside because the heat is just like radiating into the room. I'm digging this lip color right now, guys. Feeling very vampy today.